Teal dear, Brianna Wu is a narcissist and frankly a despicable human being. But let's look at why, shall we? So, for those of you who know this story already, and indeed for those of you who don't, permit me to either give you a brief recap, or to indeed simply set the scene for you. A few days ago, a woman was found murdered in her home. This woman was Amber Lynn Straw. She was a 30-year-old mother of 4, living in Port Orchard, Washington. Her killer, a man by the name of David Kallick, took photographs of her dead, strangled body and posted them on the internet image board of 4chan. Now, these are the actions of a deeply disturbed human being who actually has a past violence rap sheet, including domestic violence, harassment, drug possession, assault, drunk driving, and the destruction of property. Now, most normal people would react to this sort of thing by extending a general sense of condolence or general shock at the tragedy. At worst, people might display a cold indifference. But not Brianna Wu. She instead took to Twitter to post this. Police investigating 4chan linked to murdered woman. Gamergate. Tell me how my life isn't in danger. Brianna, I have a simple question for you. What depths are you not willing to sink to further your own agenda and garner more attention for yourself? Is there a limit? Now, much as I don't want to put this tragic and frankly barbaric act behind anything else, I feel as though I have to in an attempt to actually force some basic sense of human decency into this. 4chan is not Gamergate. In fact, if you go to 4chan and you post anything related to Gamergate, you will be instantly banned. 4chan has actively distanced itself from Gamergate as much as possible. In fact, 4chan is on the side against Gamergate, saying that there is no problem here. So, following that simple train of logic, this man is not associated with Gamergate in any way at all, and his actions are resoundingly condemned by any rational human being. So, Brianna, this entire story is about the actions of one psychologically deranged human being, someone who required a lot of help and support that they were not getting, and it resulted in this absolutely tragic and horrendous event from happening. And yet, you want to make it all about yourself. Never mind that it actually proves that there is not enough support for people who have mental problems and conditions. Never mind the 4 children who came home to find their mother murdered. Never mind that you are blaming a website and a movement that are on complete opposite ends of a spectrum to each other. It's all about you. Of course it is! Because you are the personal victim of every tragedy that ever happens everywhere. Because you are a straight-up narcissist. In fact, here is a list of traits of narcissism that I think you really should hear and see how many of them apply to you. 1. An obvious self-focus on interpersonal relationships and exchanges. 2. A lack of psychological awareness. 3. Difficulty with empathy. 4. Problems distinguishing the self from others. 5. Hypersensitivity to any insult or imagined insult. 6. Detesting those who do not admire you. 7. Using other people without considering the cost of doing so. 8. Pretending to be more important than you really are. 9. Claiming to be an expert at many things. And finally, 10. The inability to view the world from the perspective of others. How many of those apply to you, Brianna? How many?